Welcome to Dan ARG YouTube. Comrade Stanley Osaze-Osakwinokwodim. They talk about Obaseki and Shaibu fight. And wetin make Wike attack Obaseki. Make I leave you, make you hear from Comrade Stanley Osaze-Osakwinokwodim. The message we bring come today.
Inside your avian so another avian day inside. When you know say men mount, you get why. Yes, it's a beautiful good afternoon, good morning, good evening to ever conscious set of people worldwide. I remain my humble self, your number right activist, Comrade Stanley Osaze-Osakwinokwodim, the Coordinator General, Edo Diaspora Connect Worldwide, the CEO Stand Sadi Enterprise, in fact, the CEO of Woman Edo State. Yes, today happens to be a beautiful Sunday, and we will not deny the fact that we've been following how development unfold in Osadebe Avenue, which happens to be our government house. And in the course of the entire exercise, some of us paid undivided attention to the activities that is going on. And we're looking at public perception in respect to the views and opinions of our people concerning the political upheaval that is currently taking place from within the purview of Edo State. And for those who are opponents and proponents of this existing administration, they have their various perception. And there are those who continue to say, so fight. Now, I think it is expedient for us now to really set the ball rolling and as well set the matter straight for everyone to know exactly what is actually going on and why there must be an act or action to rectify the current activities going on in our state. First, I saw a comment on Facebook where somebody said, Obaseki versus this, Obaseki versus that, Obaseki versus this, Obaseki versus that. Now, only in I want to respond to that. First and foremost, let us not forget in a hurry. The same person said, Obaseki versus Wike. Let me start with Wike. When Obaseki won the election, the second term election, he went to Rivers State to go and thank Governor Nyesom Wike. It was made public. In fact, it was a very good reception between the both of them. But later we noticed that there was a rift. And what was that rift? The governor of Rivers State, His Excellency, the then governor of Rivers State, His Excellency Nyesom Wike, came out publicly to lash at the Edo State deputy governor. To the extent that Governor Nyesom Wike asked who was the father of the deputy governor. There was no rift between the governor and the Nyesom Wike. But for the fact that the governor needed to defend his vice, he came out publicly to say an attack on the vice is an attack on him. He protected the vice, which is the deputy governor of Edo State, to the last. That was when the rift came out between them. Ordinarily, there was no direct fight between Governor Nyesom Wike and His Excellency H.E. Governor Godwin Obaseki. Now, before the run-up of can you hear me, please? If you can hear me, I want you to signify. Can you hear me? Hello? Because Facebook just sent me a message. If you can hear me, just write, I can hear you, so that I can continue. Can you hear me? Wherever you're watching me from, can you hear me? Hello? Please send your message. Can you hear me clearly? Please type yes, if you can hear me clearly. Very good. Now, you agree to the fact that that was how the dispute came into play. The governor intervened to ensure that the deputy governor is not being intimidated. Now, that was that. Then before the run-up of the 2020 gubernatorial elections in Edo State, while Obaseki was denied the ticket, immediately the governor approached the PDP, the People Democratic Party. And there were preconditions given to the governor. They stated that the governor will be admitted to run as a governor, but the governor must drop all other players coming from him like the office of the deputy and the office of the SSG. And the governor stated clearly that it was a collective fight between them. There is no way he can throw away one that please the PDP should accommodate them all. So I do not know the existing defense that people are expecting the governor to defend that he has not defended. I do not know. And if you listen to the media altercation between Reverend Olumatins and this young man, who was his name, this man with misplaced priority, Adaze Mata, who on a normal ground is a nobody normal. We know we are nobody, but at least to some extent, even in the place of nobody, that one is below nobody. The same man who rose, who was given opportunity to strive. In fact, every litigation in Edo State, in respect to the political fight, Adaze was the brain behind it. He never wanted peace to reign anywhere because he was busy making money from it. Just to show that he's loyal to the governor, before you know it, a case has been filed in court against another party. Now, because of the fact that the governor chose to say, no, we are tired of this, let us rearrange ourselves, the same man is coming out again to criticize this government. I want to ask a simple question. What did Adaze do for government? What did he do? A man who can reply an individual, as in somebody, a Facebook, I go talk to government. If you go there, go say, as a commissioner of information, you go there reply. He lacks the technical skill. Those kind of people don't even support come and talk at all. Now, because they not bring you in again, the way it's supposed to be, not be like that, and you come begin from saying you are standing for the people. I've told you all before. I said there are some persons. Majority of politicians, the highest selling business venture in Nigeria and in sub-Saharan Africa is the people. If they are being intimidated, you see them shouting, oh my goodness, the people must strive, the people must strive. But when the sharing formula is okay, nobody talks about the people. When the sharing formula is okay, nobody talks about the people. But when the sharing formula is not okay, you see them coming out, our people, our people, our people. Our people, let me tell you this. Do not allow any of these persons deceive you. They are purely fighting for themselves at your own detriment. They remember the people. Go and look at when the National Assembly was taken over under the tutelage of Vice President, the former Vice President of Nigeria, Yemi Osibajo. When the President Muhammadu Buhari traveled, DSS took over the National Assembly. Immediately, the members of House of Rep began to say, no, we must defend democracy. Our people must strive. How many of them fought for the people? Why the assembly was open without quorum? How many of them? But because of the fact that there was an action, you see them coming out to say, the people, which people are you fighting for? You are not fighting for the people. You are fighting purely for yourself and not for the people. Now, because that same Adaze Mata noticed that the thing is no longer working, is not so, the way he presumed it to be is no longer like that. He has no other option than to begin to say, we must fight the government. You are fighting the government for your selfish interest. Somebody wrote to me, we were on a comment session. He said, okay, let us forget about the fight in government. What is Obaseki really doing? What do I want to speak? Because I'm not seeing what he's doing. I'm not asking, go and treat cataract. If you are not seeing what the government is doing, please, I recommend to you, go and treat cataract. Because many of them want to see roads alone. Now, they don't understand that in Nigeria we have what we call the trunk A, trunk B, and trunk C road. They expect the state government to fix all roads, including those roads being managed and administered by the federal government. You see some saying, is the state government not collecting revenue from those roads? And I wish to ask the question, is federal government not collecting revenue from Edo State? Is federal government not collecting revenue from Edo State? Are they not supposed to fix the federal roads in Edo State? Now, let me tell you why they are not fixing your roads. It's purely politics. If you are in an opposition, your roads will always be like that. Your roads will always be in that nature because you are not aligning with the federal government. So what you are saying in respect to the federal roads in Edo State is because you are in opposition. And it's a tool to campaign because majority of persons does not really aware how road management is in Nigeria. When you have a bad federal road, everybody trickle into the government. Not knowing that it is not the governor's responsibility to fix a federal road. Some person said, we can fix federal road. Now, I want to ask a simple question. You know, some person believes that when you walk in a visible area, that is when, because that is an area where so many persons can see, They will say, yes, this man is working. But what happens to the interior? Go and check interiors and adjoining roads. Obaseki is busy fixing those roads. Now, but people want to see the governor fixing a federal road when we have huge responsibility in addressing state roads. But they want the governor to go and be fixing federal road. Some say we can fix all the federal road in the state. Go and check. Go to Rumokoro. Go to Rumopirikon. Go to Rumomasin and see what the internal roads are. The nature of roads in the internal part or the core parts of River State. Now everybody wants to walk at the federal road. When you have your own collective, when you have your own responsibility, every government should face their responsibility. Do not digress from your responsibility to others because you want your project to be visible. Then some person said, how on earth will the governor say he wants to build high-class hotel? Is that our problem? This same person who said that the governor should not build an high-class hotel, travel from Benin to Dubai to go and lodge in an hotel. Or in the name of recreation. Or in the name of adventure. Or in the name of tourism. And you are saying they should not bring that same Dubai. Is that not hypocrisy? Is that not hypocrisy? Now let's go beyond that. Now, we've talked about the first fight between Governor Nyesom Wike and His Excellency H.A. Governor Shaibu and Obaseki. There was no disagreement between the governor of Edo State and the governor of River State. It was when the governor of River State said that, who is the deputy governor's father? Who is your father? Then the governor responded, that was where the conflict came from. And you also agree to the fact that as a governor, he did all he could to protect those within the purview of his administration. So what are we talking about? Now, in the run-up of the 2020 gubernatorial election, the governor said, I cannot be admitted alone. Please, let every of these people tag along. And I will tell you now that the fight that the governor is facing in the PDP in the past is because of this accommodation. If the governor was so selfish as an individual, he could say, I'm not going to claim, maybe they fight their own. Then, this fight will not even come up. Let's take an example. The office of the governor is approved for His Excellency H.E. Governor Obaseki. That not be brought the deputy. The other aggrieved members in the PDP brought in the SSG. Then others again brought in the chief of staffs. Do you think there will be conflict? No. But for the fact that the governor does not want to be there alone, because people fought collectively together and they said, no, let us ensure that everybody tag along with the train. That is the problem today. That is the problem. So know the genesis of problem before rushing into conclusion to say, this man, no, many of those fights that you are seeing, we have fights for the Edo people. We have fights to ensure that the political class as well is secured. And if I were you, I would ask, which is the fight of Edo people? And I want to state clearly. Since you didn't ask, I will respond. Light don't come. Babe, light don't come. Okay, I better pump the water, let me see. Off generator. Ezra, go on under AC. Now, ordinarily, if the governor wanted to, if he wants to be egocentric, he will fight for himself. He will say, my own don't clear, make the rest people go there, make them go fight there. No, but he did all he could to ensure that the collective interest and destiny of everyone is secured. Now, ask a question. Which is the fight of Edo people? Let me answer. Are you aware that the only reason why we are seeing political attack against the governor is because of sharing formula? Now, let's take an example. If the governor is coming out on a daily basis, on a monthly basis to say, allocation is here, people call Okigbelede or Tokinadu for Edo. They said, you're Tokinadu governor. You're Tokinadu governor. We knew that Okigbelede did his best in terms of industrialization. If Governor Obaseki is bringing out money and he's doling it out for us to share, believe me, nobody will attack him. The only cry that you'll be getting will be coming from the masses. The only cry that you'll be getting will be coming from the masses. Oh my goodness, why is it still like this? The government, politician will tell you, don't worry, everything is okay. The government is performing. Do you want him to go and die? The reason why you are seeing fight against this excellency today is because he has refused to distribute. Now go and search your heart as a politician. Go and search your heart as a youth. And I'm searching my heart right away. If you ask me directly, I am not happy with Obaseki. As a person, I won't deceive you. I'm not happy with you. Do you know why I'm not happy with him? And I won't lie about it. For me, in average Nigerian politician believes in political gratification. I sang the governor's song, the governor's campaign song. Oga, carry your ticket, go. It came from me. Till date, nobody can say that I, Osakwe Okwudi, have been to government to go and collect them from anybody. But I won't deceive you. Some of us harness the policy of government to better our own life. Governor Obaseki cannot come out to say Osakwe Okwudi has dialed his number to say, Your Excellency, I want to do birthday ceremony now. I have not done it. Obaseki has not given me a cover. I've never asked of him before. But let's be very, very factual. We will not because of our personal interest. Because our personal interest is all about let the governor come and satisfy us. It is the truth. To me, I believe that after fighting the election, I'm supposed to get something. That is the mindset of average politician. Let nobody deceive you. For me, I have a responsibility to speak the truth. In the whole world, I am one of the only politicians. I'm sorry, I'm the only, not one of. I'm the only politician who has openly said that I fought for stomach infrastructure. How many politicians can say that? They will come to deceive you that they are fighting for the people. We stand by the interest of the people. No, 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 no. They are not fighting for the interest of the people. They are purely fighting for themselves. The only person fighting for the interest of the people in the whole of Edo State is the governor. And we are lucky that he's a stubborn man. I could recall when we led the land grabbing protest to government house. Comrade Philip Shaibu, the deputy governor of Edo State, His Excellency, stated clearly that the governor is not afraid of fight, but is very slow to anger. He told us directly. And I have the video. But for me, I will not support one against the other. But let's say the way it is. His Excellency has no issue here. And let me tell you again. They revealed one fact, but many persons are not able to analyze the fact. Now, under a normal situation, if not because of the fact that as a human being, we are naturally selfish, the Edo North ruled, Edo South ruled, and handed over to Edo North. The person of Lucky Benedio handed over to Adams Oshomole in Edo North. Now, in Edo North completed 8 years and handed over power back to Edo South. And now, we are still fighting again now to take the power back to Edo North. And even in the Edo North, where are the other ones? Where are others? They are insisting that the power must remain in Isako West. Believe me, I am only talking now because I needed to talk now. For me, whether this crisis come or not come, there is no way me, Osakwe Okwudi, go take support. Even the sake of the Obaseki now say, this is where we want us to go. We have no rift. Everybody should go and queue behind him. I will never. I'm telling you this on live. I will never. Isha, what is happening? Let's be very, very factual. Okay, now, let's say it goes to Edo North. We agree. Let's say we agree. What happens to Onwa? Must it be Isako West? What happens to Isako East? What, are they not part of the Edo North? The minister now is from Isako West. Minister is from Isako West. And they revealed some fact that the governor recommended that the deputy should go and contest for Senate. That is not a bad idea. And I want to ask, okay, if we know that Isha does not have the right to rule, let us allow them carve themselves out from the state so that they can be having their governor. If we don't want Isan to rule, we believe that they don't have the right to rule, let them carve themselves out and rule themselves. You cannot be marginalizing a zone in the state. No. Are the truth they pay us to talk? Truth they pay us to talk? On the old story when they tell us, say, now we say they follow. That is abstract philosophical reasoning. For me, I have I have a responsibility to always say the truth. And I know that the truth shall set me free. Not be everybody will fit talk this kind of thing when I talk. So you know why they don't fit talk? Because their meat ticket go stop. How many of them they give me food? The only person who will fit tell me now, say, shut up your mouth. I will listen. It's a dose in the diaspora. Nobody will fit tell me. Obaseki cannot tell me I shut up. I know listen. I'm not saying Your Excellency will talk, but no woman, I will tell him. Your Excellency domo. If no woman, baba domo, sir. I will tell him. So when you talk about feeding, who is feeding the Osakwe Okwudi? Those who continue to choose Talusadi real estate enterprise to carry out their task, both at home and in diaspora, those. I'm afraid of the average Talakawa than the bourgeois. When the bourgeois gets opportunity, they know they give you, now they are picking that they give. No matter how intelligent you may be, you will never get the slot. You will never get it. You will be very, very important when it comes to the dirty job. To date, have you ever seen an advert for CBN and you think they are not employing? You think they are not employing in CBN? Have you ever seen an advert of NNPC or you think they are not employing? Those are specifically made for the children of the governors, the deputy, the senators, and others. You see, the Osakwuno holding and the rest will not get that right to go there according to their philosophy. But when the battle is on ground, they will deploy you to go and fight it. And some idiots go see come and they say, we no agree, we no agree. I have never done we no agree for anybody. No politician in those states can tell me, say, slap that man, you dey crazy. Your pikin will come. Your pikin no fit go slap person. I mean, say we go slap person for you. Who were you school seme? Opportunity with me. I don't pay where seme. Who went best seme? What you know past me? So you cannot commission us to do the dirty job. Anyone when they do now from my mind and from my heart. Nobody send me. Nobody send me. When it is time for war, politics is a game of many. Benefit of few. If you follow my Oga carry ticket go, it was with passion. Even me don't know when I take here my shirt because I was angry. I was part and parcel of the process. Nobody send me. You can say this guy na APC man. He waited this APC go, let's go and slap him. You go slap APC man for you. When your picky day starts of somebody say we need to bear the pain first. Later the guy will be okay. And I ask him, is Sheyi Tinubu the son of Tinubu bearing the pain? Why do you want the mother, the son of Osadiaye to bear the pain? Why do you want Osakwuno to bear the pain? Why Sheyi is relaxing and enjoying the in affluent? We could recall that the son of the late president, the past president, President Muhammadu Buhari, got an accident with a bike. When they costed the bike, it was about 160 million for one machine. Since I was brought in, I never worked 160 million. There will be mumu. Some youth go say they clap. See, let me tell you the simple truth. You will not know today, but you will know later. Everybody wants Obaseki to feast Edo State overnight. But I made bold to say, and I'm beating my chest. Obaseki to perform. He to perform. The only failure attributed to Governor Obaseki, and I'm going to say it here, is a Kenwa Road. It's a Kenwa Road. And if Obaseki cannot finish that Kenwa Road, to me, now lose guard. He must make sure that he finish that Kenwa Road. The rest, you cannot say Obaseki outrightly performed in Edo State. Go and check all other Journey Street. Leave at Journey Street. Go. As we speak today, let me tell you. Obaseki came out to say he created 300,000 jobs. People were expecting him to create jobs in ministry and parastatals. As we speak today, myself, I'm in direct job employed by Obaseki. Kola Edopa in direct job employed by Obaseki. Emmanuel Agbogo in direct job. All the critic who is working and who is doing everything, ensuring that they do one or two assistants for people are working under this government. Indirectly, it's an indirect job. Don't always say they do CFO. Don't always say they do this one. Where you want to go to one? Is it not indirect job? But many people don't know. If the enabling environment is not there, can you? Can you? My brother says Sheyi Papa don't bear the pain for a long ago. So now so it be if Sheyi Papa bear for now. But my own papa support me. Doesn't do for me too. Me myself no if he can go to suffer. You cannot tell me to go and learn how to do sumrami heart, tie and dye, bar soap, and how to tie fila unge. Whereas the sons and daughter of the big politicians, Malanasiru Erufa and others, they are busy working in NPC. They don't even know that Nigeria is hard. In fact, some of them know they buy fuel. The only benefit that Nigerians are benefiting, some people say the remove subsidy is corruption. Have there not been subsidy in the past? Are you telling me that as an individual, you can still fuel? Are you telling me that you as an individual can do any of those things? Now government be thief for Nigeria. Government. Now government not a thief fuel. Now government not a thief oil. Do you have a ship to move oil from the IC? Do you have the security command? Do you have all of this? The only benefit where people they benefit as an average talakawa, they take up from your hand. They say no, without operational subsidy. Is there anywhere in the world where there are no subsidies? Is there anywhere in the world where there are no subsidies? You thief manifesto. You thief everything. You don't know how to execute it. Tell me. Now, military bad, military bad, military bad, military bad. Military not sell for every 20 naira. All through their dispensation. They not sell for every 20 naira. All through. When Obasanjo enter power, he increased the fuel. 50 naira. 80. When you want to come on, now got this fuel today, say I can't fit buy a bottle of beer. So as well as man no fit buy fuel. I would they forget. But when they come out of power, he gave it President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua. Yar'Adua enter, he reduced fuel, but the only president that reduced the cost of fuel in the whole of the country. He reduced the cost of fuel back to 65. Was there no subsidy as at then? He ensured that there is peace in the Niger Delta region by creating amnesty program. What else? So the idea of when a Milan man, they run a Milan within themselves, they're going to say they want to go find what they want blame. This, you can as well arrest who and who is manipulating the subsidy regime. So believe you me, they have done it because they needed to incapacitate an average citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Not be say, only the one way they benefit. Now, they remove subsidy, their own money increase for National Assembly. The one way they benefit will be now, as we speak today, everybody in a tracker. Somebody, I tell somebody today, see the person who I test, yeah. I bet sure. He can't fix my ball now. See, I'm not this. Come and see you. I tell her for road just now. Now my electrician this. A very great electrician at that. I tell her for road just now, I say, come. Both rich and poor is trekking. If you dey carry motor dey go, you dey form big boy, you just say I want to drive. Now be say your account balance go drive. The only reason why you see say people like first they drive 247. Now because say na work with the work. Oh. If we not get what we work, I think say all the motor will get so they will pack how you work here. We know they run if you are yagbe. All right. We know they run if you are yagbe. Say now we be now lie you. How you working? You don't get anybody where I don't come me before and say I be big boy. You. So if I live my life now, you don't get that to say you ain't because I don't get that to you say I be big boy. I never be big boy. I dey suffer, I dey hustle. So know the truth and let us say it the way it is. Let us say the truth the way it is. Now, we have ruled in Edo South. I'm not going to tell you lie, my brother. I'm not going to tell you lie. I don't tell anybody, but me, I must tell you the truth. Right from 1999, the only time was Sumbo rule. Now, few minutes. Although Naisha man still fight to remove her. They remove her. They invalidated 30,000 votes of Osumbo. And Edo people don't know what I talk. So many, if we be 6 million Edo people, 6 million Edo people, 5.9 million don't know this information. They invalidated 30,000 votes of Osumbo in that election. And we know who to one. I know mention name. I know mention it. They invalidated the mass vote. Now, for those who they remember history, that let somebody died that inside Precious Memorial Hotel, a former commissioner, Barrister Carlos Enoma. Don't forget, not let anybody deceive you. Learn and open your brain for history. May you know where for they come. Now, as we rule finish 1999 to 2007, we handed over the power now to Simbo government, interim government. Immediately, they carry them back to Edo North under the able leadership of Adam Oshomole. Oshomole ruled for 8 years. He said we Oshomole for rule for 8 years. The deputy went inside Odubu. No one, in fact, to the extent that No one may accuse the then deputy governor, Odubu, of extreme loyalty. They're going to call us a Venu Tata. Venu Tata. I don't know they forget. We know they quit talk. Before we talk, we know where we come and come talk. They say, Eric Gua, Oshola, what time we Venu Tata? As the man lawyer reach, when he reached time for governorship, did they give him the ticket? Then what are you people saying? Oga, we voted for Governor Adams, Aliyu Oshomole, and Odubu. When they were leaving power, the both of them left. We voted for Governor Obaseki and Philip Shaibu. The two of them should go. When their tenure elapsed, the two of them should go. Now the truth with them, if you not like me, I don't tell you. The both of them will go. You want, if not me, self, you know, I know agreement you continue. What did it happen now? If not see me, and for me, if not maybe governor, I know like you know my truth will be at the talk so. Even if you call later come beg me, I don't agree. Because I know say that beg na political beg, you want weaken me. I must execute my plan. You know, but say, sorry, it was a mistake. I don't vex what I do. I know what I do wrong. No vex. I know, even if you beg me, I know yeah. Because this is politics. We don't take political prisoner. Because if they beg you and you hear, you know execute your plan, they are going to be strong to the last minute. And inside that last minute, they'll execute their own plan. You can't beg them, make them listen. You can't beg them, make them listen. So when they round up, the both of them should leave. For me, I believe that equity must take its course. Edo Sadoru, Edo Nodoru, let them give it to Edo Central. Some people may not like this, but believe me, it is the truth. If they give up, it's okay. Who is beating you? Ezra! Oh yeah, you guys jump away from his vehicle immediately, away from his bicycle, and go and carry your bicycle. Live there. Hello. So sorry for that. You know where you get also boys now so it be the body culture itself. The boys the most because if they not culture will play the most they activate na normal level. Someone are not vex. So the truth is this: let them, the both of them, when they don't true, may they leave. May they leave. Me not go fit deceive you. If not me, my deputy will continue. La. So if you want judge matter, look out for yourself. I wanna. How many people finish Oshomole when he prevented Odubu from becoming governor? If not loyalty be the measurement, is there any deputy governor where don't lawyer reach the Odubu to lawyer for Edo State? Yet Agbeyo. Have you ever seen Odubu, regardless of what Oshomole do Odubu reach? I not see one day. So Odubu come on, go tell one person, say, the way my God do me, so I don't like you. Then what is this all about? That if the governor talk, now they say, hey, that's so fight. For me, I believe this is a distraction. And I want to state this clearly. I don't fair tell some people, if care is not taken, PDP will lose. This is what I tell you now, so. It a pain. They don't like him. But I'm telling you the bitter truth. I am sitting as an ambassador of Edo people. I am talking as the coordinator general Edo Diaspora Connect. If care is not taken, PDP will lose. And let me tell you, Edo people, and those in government house, regardless of how close a politician will be to a politician, no politician will want to sink himself for another politician. I won't sink with anybody. I will not be judged by the actions of another man. That was why during the governorship election, my focus was on those running for election and not those supporting him. My focus was those running for election and not those supporting those running for election. I was the first In fact, myself, Felicitary, and many others organized Amafe Jessica birthday a week after election. Myself, Lindy Alu, Felicitary, Europe, is in UK now, and others. Now we put money together, do surprise birthday for Amafe. She was a member of APC, supporting APC. A week, 2 weeks after the election, we were at Tony Kabaka's daughter's birthday. And I've said this before, and I said, Obaseki enemy is not my enemy. He has his own enemy. Me get my own enemy. We share same political views and aspiration, interest. Now we take day. So I'm stating this. So tomorrow, not going to look at. I am not syncing with anybody. If you don't play it well, now you sabi. But for me, I have no enemy. In fact, you know, cannot sure say again we are APC men. Even a day to election. Now me and APC men are with the any Kemba. We dey discuss. They are still tell us we go win on tomorrow. They say wait. This last election, Labour Party as the strong reach. Not be say joke. They came out on live broadcast to say why you leave come and win this one. We don't feel let your hand fall for a unit because I've never lost it before politically, even if I'm running under Abga. Jackson Evayiro Barry. I don't you know my taxi. I don't really know you like that, Che. So no. You are an individual. We are talking about group and collective interest. So thank you for that. Then if you continue like that, I get right. Let me get my page. If you not see me, you don't feel comment. That one day, I'll block you well. Not be quarry. You understand? So for me, I'm stating it very clearly. If we not take 10, PDP will lose. This truth, when I tell you so, some may not like it. It is bitter, but we'll say it. I have told you all before. I said I was born and brought up as a Jehovah's Witness. I know if you come and come say Jehovah's Witness no good. Now me no meet up. An average Jehovah's Witness will not come out on a live video and begin to talk like this. The Bible stated clearly that they are not part. Jesus Christ says is not part of the world. So his follower cannot be part of the world. But me, I am part of the world. For now, I'm only trying not to be part of the world. I will not come here to pretend that I'm better than anybody. So in respect of that, now me not qualify. Not be there. Now me Osakwinokwodim not qualify. For those who really argue and say you just say I read you, may I sing one of their songs for you? Man made gods of wood and stone, that the true God they not known. He is God Almighty, as he often shown. Oh, other gods just come and see what the future days will be for witnesses. You dey hear them? So for if you dey inside, you go know say. In fact, my father was a school overseer, but what he can't deviate. Because I know meet up. But regardless of what, the Bible trained conscience is telling me, no matter how your money may reach, you know when time another man money na picture. I not go fit say because this guy out there like this, more go find want to beat and will not do me anything. I not go say, hey, I have never stolen before and I will not sit here there. I have never been to one native daughter place to say, give me the chalk first, I beg. And I will not do it here there. It's not about me. But my mindset cannot push me, cannot allow me to do such. So let's tell ourselves the simple truth and nothing but the truth. His Excellency H.E. Governor Obaseki has performed exceedingly well. Except those who wish to say, they want, you know, this government was built on, the second tenure was built on fight and hatred. So even if Obaseki put the head for bypass today. They use cutlass, cut and neck separate from the body. Those they say, they for not cut and follow they for cut and follow the next side. Meanwhile, this cutting not they okay. And they don't share in body. So regardless of what the man does, believe me, no, now only selected people will not get political affiliation. Now I go say, correct. The rest, they know like Now let me tell you the power blocks. Those from the within Oshomole block will not like it. This is not to say that the governor in itself did not wrong Oshomole. To me, wrong and two. More talk true. Maybe they will be ashamed. Wrong and two. Will not go better. But Oshomole made a very big mistake. Oshomole said, "I make Obaseki win second term so easily." But you don't know. You come and say, you call a city governor, say the political rats, they're not rich. I will remove you, I will remove him. Men say, an average Edoma will never allow oppression. If you don't beat her, remain one breath, you say, equal, you go there. When they see the way Oshomole tell is so gaga, now you say, Mahake Kenabo will be and I do not agree. He gave Obaseki opportunity to win. If not me, I'm going to sit down if I want to sit down. But I will tell you the strategy. If not me, I want to sit you. I will unseat you. And you will assist me to unseat you. You will assist me to unseat you if I want to. But not be everything I will talk. So, believe you me, the sympathy vote came because of the fact that no average adult man or woman will ever allow intimidation and oppression. What they were doing against the governor was purely intimidation. You could recall that the governor was in Abuja. When he visited a dose in Abuja, he said, in a press conference, he said, I cannot be a governor and not be a governor. When he was coming from that same trip, no, before that trip, at Benin Airport, journalists approached him. What's the rift between you and your predecessor? He said, we have no rift. He refused to agree that there was conflict. Times without number, they prevented him. A governor cannot act. There is no Tinubu in Edo State. No, if Obaseki finish his tenure now, he's saying one going to say, may he dictate. Now we go fall in hand. Now we go fall in hand. There is no, if Tinubu is in Lagos or any other state, I don't know if he get Tinubu. For Edo State, he go out now. And Edo State, where everybody for the general. Where nobody agree. That is the reason why we are having courtesan problem today in Edo. Because when you slap somebody, boom, you know they see the slap. That person you give slap, so wait. You know they look the slap. You look how many people see the slap. But say, fuck off. Here what better God will be. The slap not the pain them again. But to him, I will not die. A sergeant of blood, rekis na water. He go say la la equal. But if you match my shoe I say you don't match my, you say sorry, no wala. Because in this town, this is the California of Nigeria. Men not agree. You not get any Benin a dumb man when you do something. If he see and say no, if he do you back, he go wait till you don't old reach the time where go fit to do. When they do you back, go tell you says fuck up, not the sour. We know the story now. Now that one, another rotation that we get, now make the make sure say we not the fail. We not the wrong. If we do somebody something, we'll quit beggar. Because who can do can bear. If you fit do, you're supposed to ready to bear. Because person when you do, feel not great. But when you do by mistake, and a mistake, then no say that sin is not willful. Humility demands that. Oh my brother, you know what? Sorry, bro. Even Satan, the devil will forget. But you say, man, you know me. Now maybe Melensky. Ask them for anywhere. Melensky. Ah, bro, no one here. So you say that you be Melensky. No. Now that Melensky matter. Now I'm making one act. Now say, Nala, you make it quick. That is why you are having courtesy problem in Edo State. An average Edo man has this pride in them. Either your own, either my own. All we need now is just self-control. To make sure we not overreact because nobody agree. So there is no jagaban in Edo politics. Now here people go now here for Edo State. Now people say, "Eba domo sa wa talk about Baba Egusa, no man Baba domo wa Egusa, Lari Aba domo Baba." I'm from Ogiamie. Now Lari are the great, but not be the Ogiamie where they go against Baba like me. I believe Oba talk by Ogiamie Lari eitwe. But for me, I believe the Benin monarch. So for those where they say, see, if na me be Obaseki, no matter the beg where you call it a beg, now no yeah. Because if you beg, if they beg them, he can't go listen. They will place on the weaker side. The same people will say, don't build the hotel, and this, but they travel from a rental flight, go to Dubai, go lodge. When you talk about enabling environment, let me tell you, when you create an enabling environment, people are coming to develop the city themselves. The president of America cannot employ American citizens to the land. He cannot. Go and check the likes of JP Morgan Chase, Goldman Sachs. Go to Canada and check Trans-Canada. These are companies where the company, their personal economy might be bigger than that of a country. It is SMEs and companies that are creating employment in any of this developed world. Why the government creates an enabling environment. But everybody want me Obaseki employ the whole youth in Edo State for Ministry of Youth and Sport. How is that possible? How is it possible? You know, our people know they like the truth. But for me, anytime when I come for a live video, I'll tell you as it be. I challenge anybody in government house, anybody elsewhere, to say, after election, I've been to government house, but I can't never reach 5. And no one where I drop by myself say, government house, I'm not here a day. I'm not here a day. How many people will even work the way they work? Apart from our brothers, where they are abroad, where they know, you know, say, when you day here, laziness, they owe you. And definitely, even they say, you know, see, eat for your ass. That your cousin, you see reach there, you see eat. And the one where your cousin senior, the guy in the beef, you go your past, here if you ban but go Europe, go America, go anywhere, outside, even Ghana, where your pa, your man, nobody will tell you also. How many of them back home will even do the kind of work who they do? I said my staff sometimes, they'll off their phone when they go break. We work from Monday to Friday. On Saturday or Friday, I tell them, say, we get work where they go. All of them off phone. Now only one where they call, it be like me, they also too. That one, before me wake up, it's all the way for me. The rest off phone. Now let me and that one go Saturday work. From January till now, I never had one break. From 2019 to date. Now we'll sit down for somewhere. I say, they say, pepper soup, bring them. Tiri, bring them. Bring them. And you know what work, they say bring them. Now we say, you want to be thief now. You want to have resources to decide whatever you wish to do. Uma no winner. Ojuki. So for me, as a dead hustler, I do not need to go to government to say, see, once government enter, we they look the business where the government carry come. Now the business we they tap. We know they go to meet the government say, this leader, leader, alpha, leader. For waiting now. We get respect for leaders. We are loyal to leaders. But how many of those leaders are talking that's what they call their? If we call their, they say, already, please sit down. What they happy? You're happy so you see me. You don't say, oh, tell us say I'm not theirs. I mean, not say they tell people say tell us say I'm not theirs. because they know you as a chronic beggar. So whenever you come, you become a burden. I am challenging. I say, ask anybody. Say, for God, I say, now say they say that he come in. They say, give me this one, meme. In my way, in any way, I don't go to government house, but my support for Obaseki is purely organic. Obaseki himself will be shocked to say, how this guy today support me. Say, I never call him for phone one day. In fact, I will say, I make bold to say this publicly. I influence more people to Obaseki than anybody who supported Obaseki around the world, both at home and elsewhere. I influence more support for Obaseki than anybody. If you disagree with my statement, right? I disagree. You did not influence more people to Obaseki than anybody. If you disagree, write it. I challenge even those watching me. But yet, I didn't go and make the government to say, hey, partner, we do the bill. I never do one once, and I know do one. Yes, I not tell you, say, if I'm called upon today to come and serve, I will not rush to serve. I will rush to level here. But you know what? I am a very, very loyal person, but I have pride. I know they go party now. May I go sit down for front table? Even if you say na high table, I want to sit down. If I come and somebody go sit down for back, if you bring me to high table, thank you. Because if I sit down for high table, tell me say may I go back. Kata fi start. I know if he accept. So the best thing after all, they only give work up. Say the winner of the thing is the work up for staying here. So when am I dragging? I also sit down. We are supposed to sit down. Then if you come carry me and say, come and sit at the front, this way is fine. Fine. So for me, I love to speak the truth and nothing but the truth. I have said it before now, and I'm repeating it again. Anybody will say, somebody, I thought before somebody say, I'm not seeing what the government is doing. I'm not seeing what the government is doing. Now I write to them for the same comment session. I said, please go and treat cataract. Go and treat cataract. Maybe if you treat cataract, you may see what the governor is doing. But because for me, I believe that happened. You want to hold on. Let me know if you go again. I'll give cab and everything. Go and treat cataract. It is the truth and nothing but the truth. I want to advise all and sundry to understand the fact that the fight today, when they raise the ugly head too, if Namibia is excellency, if Namibia is excellency, if they call it that time, you say, oh, sorry, mo, your rest. No, I know, yeah. I know they put fire. I know, yeah. Because you just want to place me on the weaker side. No, see, before a man above 18 years act, it's a calculated attempt. You don't weigh the options. So if who can do, can be here. If you feel runner, you suppose wait for me too now. You know runner let me chill now for waiting now. Yes. It's working. Okay, he didn't honor. If peace reigns, if peace reigns and we want to enforce peace, it must be 50-50. Not let me say your rest. Go where for peace to reign, please. I will mess with no. We'll see your block. The two of us will get a big eye. They will come say let peace reign. Not say let peace reign. My own swell up. No. No. I'm just being original. And they tell you I'm me. Yes, I did very loyal, but don't they push me to the wall. If you push me to the wall, you'll know so I'm going to hold the talk. I'll tell you direct. Then if you see say anywhere you want to, anywhere you want me to be not shaky. I must not check for them with table before I feel up now. Me not be mom. You just be like as I did now. All of us, we get who gonna grow, we gonna run things, we craze. Later, they can't go day one or two side. You can't have me say gay, so we can do one side. No problem. If you don't do that all of now, you don't see me cash. Brother, wait for me. You're not saying individual the fee app. Wait for me. What do you want to use? Not what you want to use, make they use. What do you want to talk now? Wait for me too now. May you know whether nah lebere. Not go there, bro. So my people, the truth must be said. The truth must be said. Governor Godwin Obaseki, for me, I still talk this one just now. I said the only fuck up for Obaseki government is a K1 road. I dey repeat them. Your Excellency, you must fix and complete the K1 road. We not the person who say, well, you say, maybe they can say, what is that K1 road? You say, no, a K1 road, there is environmental issues that we needed to address. No, we will not ban it. We will say it the way it is. Now, only if Obaseki finish a K1 road, it not get mistake, it's 90% in terms of performance. Because nobody gets 100%. Even in academics, those who score A and 70 they get, they lost 30. They'll tell you say out of 100. When would they go to school then? Would they prepare for test? Like say an exam. Because we get coursework of 40, exam na 60. So lecturer will tell you say attendance na 10%. You write exam, you not write exam. You do tell you for you to take class all through. You don't get 10% for attendance. So they never miss class. I not miss class one day for school. Except when school send me message. As the school ambassador to United Nation, Model UN. Go and confirm me now, Chipoli. I was the school special ambassador to United Nations. Now only when school send me message, academic message, if I know where I get fever, I enter back personal class or the listen. Because I know they feel read textbook, understand well. Because they feel use textbook feel write 5 pages. Textbook feel write 5 pages. Whereas now only 3 statements, now they explain that 5 pages. But if you don't understand, you not get class. You go to read that, you not go know the meaning. But now only one word. Maybe they say chi-square goodness of it. Separate from chi-square. But because you are not in class, you only know the English where they write for this thing. But as the message being passed across is very minute. But when you are in class, one of my friends, and the mayor is here. He said, we call the right law because I read urban and regional planning. We do law, land law. Now then we learn about the repugnancy test, the incompatibility test, the public policy test, the receiving English law, the doctrine of equity, the statute of general application. In fact, basic principle of Nigerian law. They surveying all purely 3 unit course till I graduate. Land law. When we did school that time, our lecturer, Mr. Birikon class, they don't want to do test. Now they say, what is law? We know say we get different type of school of law. The positive school of law, the realist school of law, led by Oliver Wendell Holmes and others. The master school of law. The positive is say law is a command issued out by the political superior to the political inferior with sanction to its vandalization. The realist school of law, Justice Oliver Wendell Holmes, say law is nothing but what the court say it is. Now we not argue. Say no. If law is what the court say it is, that is to say, if you rape the son or daughter of the chief judge, he can just come and say, kill him. That's why you have the legislator making laws. Why the judiciary interpret the law? So it's purely separation of power by Professor A.V. Dixie. Are you getting the point? Now, when the question says what is law, we don't forget every of these things. Now my guy say no. He said in a society where there is no law, people kill people. He passed. In a society where there is no law, people kill people. What is law? There is no pure definition of law. But rather there must be a sanction accruing to such anything you define as law. That when it is vandalized or invalidated or when it is contravened, there will be sanction to its vandalization. At the end of the day, he passed. His name is here, Daniel Mayer. I can call him on phone. For me, as Osakwinokwoji, I will not filter it. I will tell you the way it is. Now, I want to use the opportunity to thank our brothers and sisters around the world. You have empowered me to the level at which I can beat my chest and speak because I'm not getting my meat ticket from anywhere. Apart from those who chooses to use me to do their job. At home, the likes of Kolesi Mudia, who on a daily basis continue to sell me because he knew me. The likes of Ambassador Osaigi, our brothers and sisters around the world. Niger Watch, Daniyaji. How many I go fit talk? I've been a women who carry people for back. Do you know that there are many that have offended as well? Waiting on another person go do them. Those who say, you know when they don't bet on like now they don't you they'll still leave you. We have offended many. There's no perfection in humanity. You're not going to tell anybody say I be Jesus. Somebody reported my matter to one man or memoir. The guy carried phone and called me. So I'll be following you. Go reach this guy at Timothy. A don't talk show. You know people that see if na my page, I tell you do my advert. No level for me. And no level. You know how many people around the world? Who be me? I'm only praying to God. The prayer when I pray to God, we say, God, I beg, don't let me fuck up. Because I don't like to fuck up. I don't like to fuck up. May God not let me fuck up. Because you know if you understand, you don't mean here electro. You know if you understand. Bros, as we do so, eh? And the South Bow in the true human. If I saw the Rafi the Nick was there, I'm a mute. I said, oh, memoir. He carried phone. He called me. He says, I will remember me with Ben and I know. If I obey, who may be a radio, a year or here. That's the way she go carry my matter meter. Tell us, it went to Tiao, Imao Naguyo. What else am I looking for? The likes of Awelumea Osinachi may well be said they don't read the para. Though the para, but they'll still call their brother. Say, how far? Or you say your characteristics are what you possess, and your reputation is what people say about you. Mr. Obewi wrote me not quite long, even on this live broadcast. As you know, I started busy. So if it like me now, during work hour, if you call me, I know if you pick. Because I don't set my job. Now let me tell you, you have not seen somebody before. You never meet her, you see her for internet. You just believe her, you don't trust her. You don't trust her. Then you give her money, give her everything. You dey call her and not pick. How you feel? No facing a thief you give. But yet, some go say, ah, my own. But the way you come go pick, I say, what is happening? But they knew that whether you pick or you not pick or nothing stops their job from moving on. That's why I'm always telling God, God, I beg. Don't just help me now, not fuck up. Because people too request confidence for me. I had to beg God. And I don't like to fuck up. I know if you pictures say I don't fuck up because who never fuck up hands in the air? No hands. But you see, willful sin. Willful sin, see where you carry sin, is a bad idea. We don't do that one. Mistake they come. Ah, sorry, Baba, not verse here be. There is a guy, Osayeme, name name. I feel not mention details. Bros, what did I do that guy? If na so can me run am, they don't see the for mess some up. But the guy personally, you're gonna say, "Sir, Alpha, see, in life, one good turn deserves another." For me, as also I'm gonna hold it, I know. That's why if I come out from media sometime, I will say I've taken a debt that I cannot pay throughout my lifetime. But people will not understand why I'm saying all this. You know, when wish beat person for night, they go play say me boy. Now so me see they see people hand for my body when they tell they do blessing. And not just be any blessing, extra cool blessing. Extra cool blessing. When you want blow kata, she said, we are seeing. When you want to spit, she said, here to sing. What else are you looking for? Then, after all this support, I'll see come media here, come best story. No, I not feed one. That is ungratefulness. So, if you are a politician, you don't love what I've said, not like me again. The people will like me too many. So, I don't even need your likeness. I have said it before now, I'm going to repeat it again. If the people now, all of them now gotta say, I hear one voice. We are speaking from Australia. We are speaking from Canada. We are speaking from Saudi Arabia. We are speaking from UK. We are speaking from Italy. We've concluded that this is where we are going. I'll just tell the people with the political classes, when I not call my number again, I don't follow my people. I don't follow my people. And see, I'm not the editor. I tell you what I could do. I don't need any of your friendship. Me they go sit down. But me, Mr. Kunokudi, will come here and tell the truth and nothing but the truth. I'm indeed very grateful. For those who have been looking for my phone number, now see your phone man at those stations, see your phone they do. Umwina gwalo. Ugu gwaligo. Umana gwalo mwina. Now you know that you Ojuki. Ojuki. Ekeruna mwina. Ibadi guri. Ego kede. Now they call a workshop. Now we're there for the work. Not there for the job. Now be workshop. Forget no other definition. Not let them speak English. If you let them speak English from a car, they speak out of Udo. Now where they work. Now there they shop. Now be workshop. So for me, I will never be ungrateful. In fact, Douglas Egwakun, you there you watch me since. I personally thank you. I mean, too many to mention now. Too many to mention. Not be 1,000, not be 2,000, not be 10,000. How many I go fit talk? For the good way the people do for me. On my own say now. 1,000. What do you talk? Not be you I carry just now because it is a man. Come Aleladia. Idea. Alelago. I go. My mama going Alelago. You have see what only because he had my father's name, my son name is Osa or Diaye. Now God is straight line. My own name is Osa or Wenokodi. And remember, when you get Osaze, if we win again, Billy name to for my body. If we win again, Osaze. When you give, Osakwe no kwoti. How many? Then my son name, Osa or Diaye. Then why you say me? I know if you Ben. I want to Ben. If you say you try to pen her, Oluwa, Osawa with the straighten. Because one thing they hear can go there, Osakwe no kwoti. Osa or no kwoti. So leave me. I'm very, very grateful. I'm indeed very, very grateful. for all your overwhelming support. To my brother, Ambassador John Osage and Assemsha, I thank you a lot. Now I will tell you why I thank you. I do not know the issue you have with him. Whether you like him, whether you hate him, he do you this or he do you that, that is your own with him. One woman came from abroad, Mrs. Ebegwe Obiami, and many more. As they come, now they bring one cup for me. Those women, that woman and my mother for America, he put me for back. They bring the cup, I go use the cup, snap one picture. Now Ambassador John Osage carried that picture. He go post them for his Facebook page. He write down, see your full man Edo State. Then he came back publicly on the media. He said, I've known this boy since 2010. If this guy, if you give him a CFO, anything happen to your money, call me. Then which other recommendation in life reach that one? Now, Electro, let me give you an example. If as a day or so you cry, come here, I give you 200,000. You come again after 2 weeks, I give you 100,000. Not come a good person. When opportunity they come your way, when you know can't meet me, beg me money again, and I can't let them give you the opportunity, that is goodness. Not be say I give you money, no. So for a man to say, just recently again, go get person, he post somebody for Facebook again. He said, if you follow this guy for this so page, see what I'm going to give you. This guy and this guy and that. I went there and I commented, now all these good things so you do, make sure you put the paddle for you. You know the problem when you get, when people don't understand. That guy, he's a stubborn guy. Chan, he know the feel pretend. You say, fuck you, hey, you don't talk poor. People go misinterpret. That they don't know say you're talking, but they believe people when they do like this. But he will never pretend about it. He can come online now, just talk to people. But many people of the world, not the fit interpret, look beyond the words of a man. So they say, this guy, now this, now that. But for those of us we know say it na so it be. He dey talk. He go hear a man. But many people are living in deceit. They know if you their man. People say they want you their man, they will determine by sweet you. So if a man can do that for me, believe me, I have a responsibility to say thank you. Not just thank you for today, throughout my lifetime. Because there was a dramatic twist and change after that activity. The whole of us when they do live video, the guy taught us in Edo what live video is all about. He transformed live video come up for crisis to a venture to showcase what you can do. Today all of us they on the live video. They do the first ever live video where I see for my life was from Ambassador John Osage. So many persons they envy him. But in the fall for their hand. Now they know they understand the technical skill. In the fall for their hand. They fit talk something bad about and for passing. That's what they do. Because in a free person, you go just freely talk. They say, I'm not telling you, not see what I tell you, I say they do. You go just for put. But you know we was going to hold you. Don't worry yourself. Don't worry yourself. We want you to. If you say you want to be, we'll go you here. Why do you do like that? They know now. But people like we are born to speak the truth at all times. So for me, I will continue to acknowledge that young man, Ambassador John Osage, because the benefit, he never give me kobo. Even when NASA said the same, I can't be so and something for Gospel Foundation as one of the leaders. I said no, I don't want to be a member. But for the fact that you have done good for me, bro, we're not throw away the ladder. We'll take lamp up. So, we need that to come down tomorrow to go back again. That is why if to say I will adopt the name I Mufua, I forget I Mufua. And if you are a new client today, you want to pay, does not mean that the old one is no longer important. At what? The life is a circumference of a circle. That is why the last thing when you will say for my body and for me. Now people wait there around me, they say, see, I take day. Me, no know as I take day. Now me and you, they work out, they come electrode, and we are nika very early the money come out. First we see me for road. Now the nika, when I see my body, so it's short anyhow. I think for here where petrol people go see local road. If you say Abuja, what you concern me, bro? Now your own life you live, man. I'm not living to impress anybody. I'm Osaku no good. I not remain anyway. Not get to tell you say I do okay. So if I not do okay tomorrow, God forbid. You know, feel laugh me because I'm not proud before. So I'm indeed very, very grateful. So now the person will see me for the will come soon. Cree, he didn't. He are ready to come. He did what he was Cree. He didn't. So now the matter be that. So with all due respect to him and Brother John Osage, I so much appreciate you. If the people don't know where I stand by, now this thing. Okay, now let me want you to get. What you do for me, it is your turn now. I can say kill and die. The only reason why you see and say me, they grow small. I know the other person progress, they hurt me. Say you they grow now. Say, hey. Now you won't be that. I will come and meet you to teach me, and if you teach me, I'll do pass it. That's why to me, on a daily basis, they'll call me like this. They'll say, Collins Alpha. Collins Mudia. Alpha. Okay. Do you know how many issues Collins don't solve behind me? I know even know some. When you need to call me, you can say, Alpha, so person, may you go to the apple now. What else are we talking about? Do you think you can stand alone in life? Nobody is a monopoly of knowledge. English na math today. Now school you forget them. Wisdom is from God. You sabi different maths and English don't make you get sense. Because if you go inside the midst of people with the short up here, because you don't get wisdom to control your knowledge, you go fail. You talk about thing already for. Know when to deploy and when not to deploy. You can't stand alone. We know so many persons who stood firmly by us to date. That is why we ourselves, we don't have the responsibility to pay them with bar. We must pay them with gold. Even if somebody who want to pay, God will always pay them in double fold. The same applicable to our brothers and sisters around the world. I'm indeed very, very grateful. I will never, as far as God is concerned, I continue to beg him never to create opportunity for me to now assume the position of a demigod. Where I come to say, hey, who be those men? I made both to say, both before they know us around the world and when they don't know us, anyhow we build. None of my old friends till now will say one day, may I consider make that guy wait first now. I not do until I die. You get why? What I fear pass for life, not to laugh person. To laugh person is the most difficult thing in the world, but you know. I have a guy, his name is Kayama. He born and well they see, but today he blind. He they see everything complete, but today he blind. So you will never pass life finish. Say those one are not rich. They're not rich. No. Nobody knows tomorrow. Now for both rich and poor, but in Nigeria, the rich believe say the poor my prayer. Now lie. There are senators in 1999 that cannot buy 33 in 2023. In 1999, they have private jets. But in 2023, they don't feel eat 3 square meal. But if you tell them in 1999, say in 2023, they'll be like that, they don't believe. So nobody knows tomorrow is for both rich and poor. The rich can be poor and the poor can be rich. Don't trickle it to oneself. I'm indeed very, very grateful. My phone number remains 070-3610-9939. Now see of what I do. Continue to give me job. I'm not going to say I don't tire. Igbe my woman. Ingwina gwalo. Egbe my woman. I'm not a lazy person. I know some people you call dash me money. I know some people say if you dash me, say I know take you. Yeah, if I want to take concept, they'll sing one song, just grab your copy now. I'll grab them. I go grab them. But what I beg you for now is continue to use Sadi Real Estate Enterprise to execute your job. And for those that have offended, please forgive me. Let's sit together. Either true, if you're not there around, Moku talk on phone, Moku do conference call, Moku resolve, because I want to remain your choice to time indefinite. God bless you. Osakwe and crew. Bye for now.
Now we don't hear from Comrade Stanley Osaze Osakwinokodi. Let us know what you think for comment section. If you never subscribe to Dan ARG YouTube, try make you subscribe so that make you for the hear all the things where they happen for Nigeria. Make I leave you with this video, make you help us share them. Thank you for watching Dan ARG YouTube.